Hello everyone again and welcome to Python tips. So today we'll be looking at a Python library called Matplotlib. Matplotlib is very important whether you are doing some analysis with your data, you want to look at the visualization from that analysis, you use Matplotlib a lot. So we have different kind of chart you can have from Matplotlib. For example, we have line chart, bar chart, scatter plot, histograms, and many there are a lot of plots you can have with this library. So as we have been doing with other libraries, for us to use this, we first of all need to import it. So we do import.matplotlib pyplot, as we alias it as what plt. Let's say I want to do a line plot. I just have values for the x and y axis and can just do plt.plot. It's going to plot that graph for me. So plt.title here is just giving me the title of that plot. Also, it's good to always label the x and y axis. So here, this plt.show says you want to display that plot, and then marker here is equals to passing in letter O here saying you want to make the coordinate for this plot a little thicker. So that's why you see that the blue coordinate here a little bit thicker. You can run this, and then we have that chart. Also, we can do bar plots, which they are very common if you are going to do dealing with a lot of categorical features in your data frame, where you need to count the number of times each category occurs. So we use bar plots a lot. So you can just do bar plot plt.bar, and then you pass in the category, the values, and then you can give it a color, any color that you want. And then same, you can give it a title, you can label the x-axis as the y-axis, and then you do plt.show. You run this, you are going to have that plot. Same, we can do a scatter plot. So here for the scatter plot, we are generating random integers for both x and y. We already saw how to generate random integers in the previous lessons using NumPy. Same, if I do plt.scatter x, y, and then I give it a color red, I can give it any color. I can still give it maybe blue. If I give it blue and then run it, I'm going to have a scatter plot. These different dots shows the relationship between x and y. We are going to see this a lot, especially when we come to regression problems in machine learning. Another kind of plot which is very common, most of us have seen this, we've taken classes in statistics, is what we call the histogram. Histograms looks at distributions, whether it is right skew, left skew, whether it is centered within the mean and standard deviation. So here we generated this data, which is a random normal distribution, and then we are plotting a histogram with beans 30. We give it a color green. The edge color, we can give it black. You can do anything with this. So we can see that the distribution, the edge color is these lines, and then we can give it the y-axis and the x-axis labels. We run this, we are going to have, I can change this color. If I don't want that, I can give it a red. And then I run this, we are going to have this color changing every time. So we see that when we run this, as I did mention, this distribution is going to be changing a lot because we didn't set that seed. If I set a seed, you will see that the distribution will be same. If I keep running, the distribution will keep changing because they are random numbers. Same, if I want to do something like a box plot, this is like generating same random numbers, a normal distribution with mean 0, and then I want 3 standard deviations. And so that is why I'm doing for ST in range 1 to 4. 1 to 4 meaning that, remember the range I said it normally starts from 0, but because I'm starting from 1, the standard deviation will be 1, 2, and 3. So if I run this, same, if I want to plot this, I'm going to do plt.boxplot. I pass in that data. Now I want this box plot to be, by default, it is always horizontal. But I want the box plot with different standard deviations. The standard deviation will be 1, 2, and 3 to be vertical. That's why I'm saying here vertical is equals to true. And then you can do labeling as we did initially, and then you run this, we are going to have this. So if I keep running this, because I didn't set a seed, this box plot, the values will keep changing. This here, these dotted lines here that are out of the maximum and minimum values within this box plot, we call them outliers. We are going to see this a lot, these circular points. we can see an outlier at where we have a standard deviation of 2, which that outlier is occurring at around the value 5. And also, when the standard deviation is 3, we also see an outlier. The upper point of this box plot, we call it the maximum value, and then the lower value is what the minimum value. Guys, that is it for today. We will continue tomorrow. Thank you so much.